Paige Birgfeld, a mother of 3 young children, is missing. Police want to speak with her embattled ex-husband, Rob Dixon, a man accused of domestic violence before their divorce.
You know, a lot of the leads that we got were related to him just because their breakup was not the most amicable.
But Dixon was also one of those making distress calls to Paige's phone.
Paige, if you get this, please call somebody. Please come home. Please tell us that you're all right. Everybody's worried about you. Everybody's looking for you. Please, Paige, let us know that you're okay.
Police quickly confirmed that Dixon was in Philadelphia during the time of her disappearance. So what and who was Paige so afraid of? Police begin looking more closely at Paige's phone records and make a shocking discovery, one that will turn this case upside down. In addition to her work as a dance teacher, representing Pampered Chef and pushing nursing slings, Paige Birgfeld was selling sex, operating a secret escort business called Models Inc.
Hello, you've reached Models Inc., Colorado's premier gentleman's service.
Stunning news to friends and family.
He said, almost as an aside, did you know she was operating an adult business? To which my response was, I'm not sure what that means, but no, I didn't know.
Investigators wrestle with the reality of what could be a very large number of suspects, or maybe even more secrets.
Given that she was living a double life, both as a Pampered Chef saleswoman and as an escort, how do we even know she's dead? Because she could have just disappeared.
But then, on Sunday, July 1st, 3 days after Paige went missing, that theory goes up in smoke.
Hi, I'm at the corner of 23 and Logos, and there is a car on fire in the parking lot.
Paige's car is found torched.
When did you realize that you may not have her anymore?
I would say that when I saw the car and seeing it burnt, you knew we were in a bad spot.
While any physical evidence appears to be destroyed, detectives do make some interesting discoveries. For instance, the driver's seat is all the way back, even though Paige is only 5'4". When an investigator of similar height sits in the seat, her feet can't even reach the pedals. They also found Paige's day planner in the trunk, which somehow wasn't burned. However, the last 4 days of entries are torn out. Was someone else driving Paige's car? Someone much taller? And did they remove any evidence of their name from Paige's records? Unwilling to give up hope, the community of Grand Junction rallies around the Birgfeld family for a massive search.
And we probably had 150 people that first day, a day that was over 100 degrees, and people were there who none of whom I knew. I didn't live in the community, and it was an overwhelming display of just community spirit and people who care for one another.
The search hits pay dirt along Highway 50 just south of town, a veritable trail of breadcrumbs with Paige's fingerprints all over it. 100 volunteers out searching found a 15-mile stretch of Paige's personal items strewn along Highway 50 here just south of Grand Junction.
It's very difficult to know what to make of the strewn items. They also weren't the type of items that Paige would throw out unless she really needed to. They were blank checks on her business account. They were her kids' medical cards.
Was Paige kidnapped and trying to tell searchers where to find her? Tracking dogs were brought in and alerted to Paige's scent, but the trail ended at a riverbank with no sign of Paige. Investigators needed a break, and they were about to get it.
One of the first things we did was look at the phone calls she had made the day she went missing.
The last call Paige made was to her first husband, Ron Beigler, at approximately 9 p.m. But she also received several calls from potential clients of Models Inc.
Yeah, this is Motel 6, room 237. I was just checking to see if you had somebody coming out or not. Thank you.
Another one of those calls to Paige, or Carrie as she was known at night, was from a man named Jim who called while she was visiting Beigler.
Hello, yeah, this is Jim. Just calling to see if Carrie was available tonight.
Turns out Jim called Paige 3 times the day she went missing and twice the evening of June 28th, but all these calls were made from a prepaid track phone. Police trace the number and find that it was purchased 2 days earlier on June 26th at a local Walmart by the man in this surveillance video. Detectives finally managed to find Jim, whose real name is Lester Jones. And get this, he works across the street from where Paige's car was found burning.
That track phone in its entire history only had 5 phone calls to or from it. And the first phone calls were placed from it to Paige's Models Inc. phone, and the last one was back from the Models Inc. phone to that track phone. And after that, the track phone went dead. It never made another phone call again.
A little digging reveals that Jones was convicted of first-degree sexual assault and kidnapping back in '99. He's also a big man, 6'5", the kind of man who might drive with a car seat pushed all the way back. Up next,
have a seat.
Detectives put the screws to Lester Jones.
Does it make you nervous that we may think you did something? No. It should. Her car is found a stone's throw away from where you work. Does that bother you? No. Doesn't bother you at all? Okay. Her car is found torched a stone's throw away from where you work. That doesn't bother you? No.